Alright everyone, we are back. This is the situation. We're still 3 and 7. We are on the new patch, and we're going to see how we fare against the Avalanche Giants. I don't know if I'd want to be a giant in an Avalanche. I don't know if that's to your advantage or not. Do you think it is? I don't think it would be. Okay, so here's how the drafts ended up for both teams. Enemy team comp is entirely melee based, and that is why we have gone with the hammer, which I think is a very strong pick. And of course, we go for the Taoist here, and we'll see if that works out for us. Okay, here we are, we're back, we're on the Rift, baby! Is it the Rift? Because in League of Legends, the map is called the Rift, or Summoner's Rift. I don't know that this game has a canon name for the map, so I've just defaulted to calling it the Rift. That might be a bit rude of me. Top lane, look at this. Rafuma very close to picking up a kill. Jungler comes in, finishes off the job. Lovely stuff. Early lead top, early lead jungle. Mid looking a little bit sketchy. They've put Jiangxi, interestingly, in as their mid lane. I need to stop saying interestingly so much. I say it all the time. But they put Jiangxi in the mid lane. So we'll see how our Archer pairs off against that. A Taoist pick for us. Again, that's something to keep a close eye on. How effective are they? Of course, their Vampire is a very common pick for us in the bottom lane. Gives us some nice magic damage. They seem like quite a flexible champion. I don't like the look of this gank, though. I don't like the look of that, but Hammer. He's alright. He's alright. What are you worried about, coach? He's fine. He's got the durability. He's got the disengage. He can just do it all. Not like this Archer who is about to die. Now the thing is with our mid lane player, they have almost maximum aggression and very high roaming, so it might be that actually they just are not a good fit for playing characters that want to do a lot of poke over time, such as the Archer. So that might be something that I need to pay closer attention to when I draft going forward, because, well, you know, you got to play to your player's strengths, right? And, well, on that evidence, maybe I'm not playing to our mid laner's strengths. Mid lane, we've got push, we're going for the Serpent. And it's a mixed bag, but mostly not in our favour. Mostly not in our favour at all. In fact, we didn't even secure a single kill, so that's pretty devastating. Because now we've got a big deficit, especially in that middle lane. Taoist, of course, because they're level 4, no ultimate on them yet. That's when you hit level 5. And a lot of their power budget seems to be in that ability, so not a great time for us. We can hopefully weather the storm here a little bit. Get ourselves back into a favourable spot. I do still think we have some great champions. Do we have the Wile, the Guile, and indeed any other Street Fighter characters? Do we have any of them to pull it off? As a fight breaks out here, we're still underleveled, but we had the number advantage. We pick off the enemy top laner. Zerka goes in. There's a lot happening on our screens, but it's going in our favour this time. Our mid laner falls again. But if we take the tree, I'll take that trade. It looks like... Nope, the tree's going to reset. Enemy did enough to prevent us from taking the objective. But the gold will have swung in our favour, so that's good. And we saw the Taoist ult there. I don't think it achieved an awful lot, but they are at least in a position where they can now start using their ultimate, so that is good. The cavalry has arrived and decimated us in the top lane. For absolutely no reason, our support is once again pushing the middle lane. I hate it when they do that. I have no idea how to stop supports from doing that. So we've just conceded an objective. Enemy split pushing. Now we may take the Serpent as a little consolation prize. Looks like we will. But we need to make sure we don't lose too much out there on the map. We have numbers here. We do pick up some kills. The enemy also pick up some kills. Meanwhile, the Berserker's absolutely destroying our base. think they might be punished for it. Nope. We are ones being punished for it. Disaster. I think this is a game where our players have they've just not executed properly. I don't think the draft was that bad, but the moments that we chose to fight have been terrible, and maybe the mid lane, maybe we have to always put them on a sturdy champion because they are such an aggressive player. And I don't think it suits them picking the archer. That hasn't worked out well for us at all. It's going to be very, very challenging for us to win this game. Doesn't mean it couldn't happen. Do have some good tools at our disposal. But I think enemy here just showing how badly outscaled we are currently. Hammer is still pretty strong. And at least the support now in the mid lane with their team, so that's helpful. Because our support have their ultimate. They had their ultimate ready and available to use. They probably could have saved everyone if they chose to use it, but they just didn't. And this is another frustrating thing about the game, is the really questionable use of ultimates. Some ultimates in this game are very clearly would be very useful to start a team fight, and then maybe the player just doesn't use it until the team fight is basically already won or already lost. Sometimes ultimates could be very useful to save people, like what our Taoist could have done, but they chose to just sit on it. And it's like, why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? And there's nothing there, by the way, that the player can do to change the order of ults or the way that your team will chain together ults. This is going to be how we lose the game, though. Look at where Taoist is. Like, seriously, I'm going to take control of the map. What is he doing? Why is he there? What is he supporting currently, other than the enemy team? Is he an insurgent? Scandalous behavior. Absolutely scandalous behavior. Right. Now, hopefully the red shirts don't play as awfully as they did last time. We've set the strategy up so that we will no longer prioritize waves. And I've also done something a little bit adventurous, because normally I always say to my top laner, just focus on staying in the top lane, don't fight an early serpent. I actually said, come on down and fight the early serpent. Is this a kill? It was close. Oh, it is a kill. And the reason I've gone and told them, come on down, focus that serpent, is because I want as many opportunities as possible for our ghost to start scaling. Because once they get out of control, the game is as good as done. So we shall see. Enemy bottom lane, they've got Dancer. So again, if they can start getting kills on us with Dancer, that is a big problem. That is a big problem. But the only sustain tanky champion that they have is their support. Everyone else is either a mage or a marksman, and that makes them a team that Ghost, in the right circumstances, will do a lot of damage to. So I think the draft is good. Genuinely, I think it's good. But obviously, the devil, turns out they're not actually in the details, they're just on the map. There are all of our players, they're all little devils. Here's the serpent. We are joining up for it. Looks like Hitman is coming down now to also help out. The enemy team not interested. Can we pick up the kill though? Oh, we can. We can. Going on our support, not ideal, but a kill is a kill. A kill is a kill. Enemy top laner, meanwhile, is getting quite a lot out of this, but I think the fact that we take the bottom tower means that there you go, and we return a kill. Even better. Even better. I was going to say, I think we were the winners of that. We're definitely the winners of that. There's gold. There's gold to be had whenever you claim a kill, and this seems to be working out a lot better. Of course, the other adjustment that I've made is our mid laner is piloting the fighter, and the fighter is a lot bulkier. And I've actually said to the player that you should build defensive items as a priority rather than attack items, which is what I usually do. This is lovely, by the way. This is absolutely lovely. And my reason for saying, hey, focus on the defensive items is that, well, they are one of the two frontline kind of characters that we have. It might suit the playstyle of our mid laner better as well, because they are so aggressive. So they've got more flexibility now, I think, in terms of... Well, I think we're playing better to their strengths. That's what I was going to say. That's what I was trying to say. I just kind of messed it up, okay? He's still a big wave in the top lane, but this fight is looking... It's a mixed bag. Ghost is now assisted by Fighter in clearing the top lane. Can we get a good engage here? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And now the Ghost is running wild. Still no kills. 8 assists. Can they give my Ghost a nibble? 9 assists. Not even a kill. At least let him munch onto the tree. Tasty tree. High in fiber, I would imagine. But probably most of it insoluble. A lot of bark on that tree. So... I wouldn't recommend eating it. But, yeah, I don't know. I just can't stand seeing the supports try and push waves. Because I tend to draft my supports to be all the utility on our team, right? I'm not interested in them doing damage. I'm interested in what assistance they can provide their allies. So when they're the player that decides, oh, I'll go out here and start clearing waves, it just completely fries my plans, you know? Doesn't work. Not like this, though. Now, this is working. We are going to take everything here. Maybe one thing I could have done, because I do have the strategy set to group as 5 when we have the Morgard buff. Might have been better to say, actually, different formation, because then that would have conditioned the team to apply pressure in multiple lanes, which might have helped out with the choice that I made in terms of not prioritizing waves. Something for me to learn maybe, but that's a win. That's a win. We're on the board. Come on, red shirts. Let's see if this works out then. Let's see if this works out. Of course, we have an interesting matchup in the bottom lane, because on our side, our support is called Baguette, and on the opposition side, their support is called Croissant. I think I'd rather have a Croissant, but we're rooting for the Baguette today. This is not good. That is an early death on our mid laner. Jungler coming in, wreaking havoc. They have like a displacement spell, which was not great for us. But we'll see how things go. I do think individually it's going to be a tough matchup for our player. Is they going to get caught out again? What are they doing? Run! I think they're going to live. They live. Phew! Not that our jungler's been much help. The jungler is set to be ganking aggressively mid-bot, but they've... Well, they're doing something now. They just took a load of damage and ran away. That's all they did. So far, I'm not thrilled at the way this game is going. I think top lane is going okay, but everywhere else seems to be a struggle, so this could be a loss. Especially if their jungler's having an absolutely incredible game. Incredible amounts of impact. Conversely, our jungler has done nothing, really. We are setting up for the Serpent here, which I wanted our team to do, and they've done it. Can we get a kill here? Team are a little bit disjointed. We lose our top turret. We don't pick up a kill. A lot of pressure on the top side of the map that we're enduring as well, as the enemy gets priority onto Morgard. Can we make this fight work? We go in. We need a big kill here. We do pick up some kills. The team fight pays off. Bomber still in the bottom lane for the opposition. We are going to pick up this tree. We are going to split push across multiple lanes. But not before we go and run at the enemy. Let's see if this works out for us. It does. It does. Can we push in this wave, please? Thank you. Power down. There we go. We're split pushing. And the cavalry backs off, but at least we got something done with our buff. We took... I Honestly, I don't know who took the serpent there. There's a kill for the clown. Suddenly, they've turned the gold right around, actually. I didn't even notice how much gold they picked up with the kills that they have, but they are right back in this game. That pressure in the top lane. And this is the beauty of having a team that is just bulkier. We can spread our pressure across multiple lanes. Look at this. The red shirts are running them wild. The enemy base is in absolute disarray. I don't know why we aren't hitting the turret. Hit the turret. We can end the game here. Destroy the base. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Well, I was worried about how the early game went, but as soon as the team fighting started, I think our team just had a much stronger identity. And it ended up going really well. Okay, so with that done, the red shirts still in 7th place, still a game back from the Runic Rovers, but also a game back from 5th place in Avalanche Giants. So, not too bad. We are very much alive and in the hunt for the playoffs. It's going to be challenging to get any higher than 5th, I think. We would have to go on quite the win streak. But could this be the split where we finally put things together? We are now going up against the Magma Mages, and they are the #1 team in the league. They've only lost 1 game this season. And in our game against the Magma Mages, we found ourselves in a tricky spot, tied at 1 game apiece. Could we somehow pull off a victory? Kept alive by the priest. Jungler is just... Oh god, they're almost dead again. Only level 6. Massive issues for us at the moment caused by our jungler. But game state not too bad. This could be a bad moment for us though. Can Crit Hero survive? They can. Now the red shirts are looking to punish elsewhere. Berserker isolated and taken out by the swordsman with a beautiful ultimate. It's a double kill. It's a triple kill. The ogre picks up a kill as well. This time they can't steal the tree from us. It will be ours. And one of the cool things about the swordsman, by the way, is that they have a reset on their ultimate. So that is why they flew around the map getting kills. Because they got a kill with their ultimate and it just kept resetting. Huge, huge moment in the match. Momentum firmly on the red shirt side. They pick up another serpent. And there's a massive wave in the middle. I don't know that the enemy can clear this. Pressure building. Enemy's wave clear. Under duress. Its kills being picked up from the red shirts. Another wave crashing. I think there's too much. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. I'm really surprised. I thought that game was gonna tumble out of control.